Most people are just bums. They're always begging, they're out there always panhandling. That is a misconception that I really would like to see changed.
People who are experiencing homelessness have been otherized. They feel like they're less than, they feel like they're separate from, they don't feel like they're a part of their community.
A lot of people have given up on them, or they might have given up on themselves. And so I see this work a lot of the time as being the person who's holding on to hope for them sometimes until they're able to see it for themselves.
Pathways to Housing PA was created to bring the Housing First model here to Philadelphia. For the population that we work with, which is people with serious mental illness or substance use disorder, what we do is house people first and then start to talk about treatment options and recovery plans and what that looks like for the individual.
We want to put you in a place where you can feel less threatened, where you can actually be in a place, a safer place than just being out in the open on the street.
I used to be homeless, downtown sleeping, panhandling. Now I got my own place, and I love opening my door. I got keys to open my door.
We have houses and apartments in every area of Philadelphia.
It's important to us to use a scattered site model because we do not want our participants to feel like they're in the building for the homeless people. We really want them to feel like they're part of their community, they're able to choose where they live, they're able to meet their neighbors, and also it helps to give back to our community because we are paying more than 50 landlords at this point rent every month, which gives back to the community, it gives back to the landlords, it helps with tax money for the city.
When we put people into their own apartments for the very first time, we actually furnish them. We get the cooking utensils, everything that they need, that they can call that their home. Because our whole purpose is to bring people into housing and for them to be able to transition into being able to take care of themselves.
When I hear Pathways, it makes me feel secure. It makes me feel I have somebody who's with me, and I have somebody to guide me and to help me along my journey. My addiction led me to places and institutions and jails. And during my time of incarceration, I always wrote down my feelings. And I was going through some things and I was thinking of some moments in my life and some things over the years. And I thought about writing a poem called Drifting in the Memory. So as the months go racing onward and the old days fade away, I'm often prone of thinking of a dead and bygone day. Of course, I know it does no good to dwell upon the past, but somehow, some things makes me drift to things that did not last. No doubt it's human nature to go back upon the roads of the yesteryears and to scan the almanac, for mankind can't seem to face the fact that time is gone. So it is, and it will always will be. And I'm sure you guys will agree. It is toxic for the heart for one to drift in the memory. I wrote that poem 30 years ago. Can you imagine 30 years ago, and it's still in the depths of my heart as well as my mind. So I no longer drift in the memory. I only live in the present.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for allowing me to share. You know, life is so short for unhappiness. And, you know, in the depths of my addiction, I never ever stopped wanting a better life. I will never forget who I am. I will never forget where I came from. And I'd like to personally thank Pathways for believing in me, for advocating for me, for being there for me, and for giving me the direction that I need.
This is the Schumann studies for pedal piano. The version that we're playing, oboe, English horn, and piano, was arranged by the great oboist Robert Bloom. Schumann wrote it for his wife, Clara. It's already a domestic scene of basically a comfortable living situation. And every time I listen to this piece, I just get a sense of well-being. And for me, it symbolizes what it can be like for these people who are on the street, and then they finally have housing. They can come in and choose their furniture and actually have a home.